What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Movies That Make You podcast, where movies are more than just entertainment. They're a catalyst for meaningful conversation. I'm Jonathan Sprang, and I go by Sprang, and most weeks we dive into movies to watch in preparation for a new release hitting theaters. But we don't stop there. We talk about the morals, the values, and the life lessons these movies have to offer. This week, we're going to be talking Zootopia and giving our top 5 animated animals in that episode, all to gear up for Zootopia 2 hitting theaters. We hope you'll go check out our website. It's bio.site/movies that make you. There you'll find all of our links to all of our social media channels on YouTube, Instagram, and elsewhere. You can also find our podcast links to Spotify and Apple Podcasts. You can also check out our letterbox, which shows you all of our lists on the movies that make you laugh, the movies that make you cry, the movies that make you scream, and everything in between. Before we dive into this week's episode, though, let's take a look at the next 4 weeks on the Movies That Make You podcast. Next week, we've got the FNAF movie sequel coming to the theaters. We've got Skeet Ulrich, Matthew Lillard playing these scary, scary things. And we're going to be discussing FNAF 1 and more on that episode to get scared. The week after that, I've got my good friend David Patrick. He's going to be on the show. We're going to be talking the top 10 movies of 1995. I'm going to bring my list. We're going to see where it all ends up. Should be a good time. The week after that, we've got Avatar 1 and 2. We'll be discussing those two films in preparation for Avatar Fire and Ash hitting theaters that Friday. We hope you'll join us as we talk about the people that are blue. The week after that, we're going to be doing another episode on Christmas movies. Have our lists changed in the last 2 years? This is the third year we've done Christmas on the podcast. Do we have any new additions to our top 5? Let's find out. Hope those episodes excite you. So without further ado, let's get to the podcast.
We are back. Oh my goodness. We are back with another podcast, Movie That Make You podcast, I guess. I'm Colton. I'm 13. I do this every week. And let's run it down, oldest, youngest.
I'm
Dad.
Connor, 15. Oh, well, yeah, because you normally start.
Yeah, I'm the oldest. I'm Dad. And Connor, why don't you go?
I'm Connor, 15. Zeke.
Waiting on you, buddy.
I'm Zeke and I'm 12.
Oh,
He already said his age.
I'm
It's the best intro ever.
I'm Ezekiel, and I'm 7 years old, but really I'm 12.
Nice.
Don't tell anyone.
Don't tell anyone. It's great. You know why? Because we've been doing this for 2 years. We've been doing this 100 and more episodes, and we still have trouble with the intro sometimes. But that's fine. It's good. What are we talking about today, Colton?
Zootopia and top 5 favorite animated characters.
And why are we doing that, Connor?
Because the new Zootopia 2.
Nice. Yes. That's going to be a fun movie. It looks good. Looks like reptiles are showing up out of nowhere. I bet you didn't notice that in the first Zootopia movie, there were no reptiles. So I wonder if they had this
I
idea.
don't know what a reptile is.
That's good. That's good Texas science there. Zeke, what's a reptile?
A reptile is a animal that, like snakes, iguanas, bearded dragons.
Oh, like bears.
Like, no, absolutely not. Something that like sheds its skin.
Yeah, a lot of reptiles shed their skin. What's some more examples of reptiles, Connor?
Iguana, I think.
I mean, alligators, crocodiles.
Spiders.
Okay, now you're just
No.
playing with me.
Spiders
I
shed
hope
their
you're-
skin.
Oh man,
No, they
They
don't.
do.
they molt. Yes, they molt, but they are not reptiles just because they shed their skin.
Spiders mold?
What's another example of molt? Molt. It's like
Mm.
shedding, but it's not because it's not skin. What's another
Like
example of what's another
dogs,
characteristic
they
of
molt.
reptiles?
They're
Their
green.
skin.
Their skin is unique. Yep. And what about their blood?
It's blue.
Aren't they cold or
It's
something?
cold. It's cold. Dang it.
Connor wins. Yep, they are cold-blooded.
I sang it though.
And what does that mean they have to do? What does that mean they have to do if they're cold-blooded? Anybody know?
They have to live in the Arctic.
Opposite. They don't have a whole lot of energy, so they have to lay in the sun a lot of times, and so they're really, really kind of if they exert a lot of energy, they have to recover by laying in the sun. That is something I
Superman.
learned from a little little kids book when I was like 6 or 7, and it was fun. Yeah, very cool. All right, so yes, Zootopia. We're going to talk about Zootopia, but to kind of fill out the episode and make it a little more fun, we're going to talk about the 5 favorite animated animals. So we're going to go around the room first and do our mustards because we catch up.
Mustard.
Connor, why don't you go?
This school week has been a lot, and I don't know. I've been doing like the same stuff. Do school stuff, get home, play iPhone, go to sleep, or go to church, or do podcasts.
Types
Okay,
up.
nice. What about you, Colton? How's your week been?
It's been Monday was whatever. It was pretty boring. Tuesday was terrible. I had a race, did terrible at the race. All region made alternates. I would rather make nothing, but that's just my opinion. That's my opinion. And yesterday was pretty good. Today it's pretty good. Huh? And tomorrow's gonna be pretty good.
Okay, cool. Zeke, what about you?
I feel like Wednesday was definitely the highlight because I got so much good food. So good.
Yeah, that's so real.
I had mac and cheese, Cheeto puffs, hash brown casserole, a roll, and popcorn. And then there was orange Fanta and cookie, pumpkin pie, and a chocolate chip cookie. I ate a lot.
You
and it
ate
was
more than
delicious.
me.
I got a lot. I got a
Wait,
lot of mac and cheese.
I need to tell you what I ate.
Go for it.
I basically didn't eat any of the real food. I had 6 cookies. I had 2 brownies. I had 4 cups of soda. Half Sprite, half Fanta. I did have a lot of turkey. The turkey was so good. And then I had what was it called? I had a pumpkin. I had a pumpkin pie piece.
Nice.
You didn't have
about you,
any
Connor?
sides or anything?
I had mac and cheese and fruit snacks.
Okay, at least you got some good food.
This is going to be great on the Instagrams. It's going to be good.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great Instagram reel. We're talking about food.
Yep. Connor, what about you? What'd you eat?
I only had like normal stuff. I had turkey, like a roll, potatoes, and a cookie, I think.
Only
And
one cookie?
I would have gone back for more, but you had to like ask, and they would get it for you. I didn't really want to
that was so cool.
Cause no, then I would be like, "Can I get 3 cookies?" And that sounds like I'm a big back. I'm not doing
I
that.
said, "Can I get 6 cookies?" And he came out with a whole stack of cookies for me and my friend.
But I was in a line, and I was like right next to everybody. That'd be weird.
But still, all of our leaders were really nice, and I knew them all, so it was chill.
Nice. Sounds good. My week's been going well. Been knocking out some things at work, so that's fun. Excited for the podcast, future of the podcast. The posts, the announcement went out on Saturday, so check that out on Instagram and YouTube to kind of see what's going on for 2026. Going to be some fun things. Going to expand a little bit, but also kind of keep some of the things that are working for us. So good stuff all around. All right. Let's jump into the movie Zootopia. Colton, I would like you to share about Zootopia because this is you were like, this is my favorite movie. I want to watch it over the summer. And then you were like super excited to watch it this time. So what makes Zootopia stand out to you?
It's probably one of the first actually good movies I watched. I liked it. Yeah, basically that.
Yeah, but what makes you like it? Why do you like it?
I don't know.
What stands out?
I like the animations are pretty cool. Yeah, I like the characters.
What about the story?
Yeah, story's pretty cool, I guess.
What is the main story? What would you say is the main moral of the movie?
That you should not get shot by a night owl.
No, Colton, no, it's not.
Oh, predators are the bad guys.
No, it's not it either.
That was the exact opposite. It's don't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah,
That's what
kind of
everybody says for everyone.
That's kind of the main idea. And then the one Prey, the sheep lady, is trying to turn everybody against the predators so that the sheep, the prey can take over and be in charge, right? So there's a lot of deeper stuff going on, honestly. Like when I watch it, I like see a lot of like social justice stuff. I see a lot of racism being highlighted in it. And that's kind of as an adult looking through, more as a metaphor. So people of other races have been said to have more violent tendencies because of their DNA. That's been something that's been used in the past to discriminate against Black folks. And so when I watch this movie, that like really stands out as one of the key things. And so it's saying something a little bit more deep, but on the surface and on the very simple level, it says, don't judge a book by a cover, which also works in the other situation too. Because just because someone looks different doesn't mean that they are going to act different or that they don't deserve to be liked, cared for, loved. What would you say? So, kind of as the main thrust before we jump into favorite parts, what would you say if that was the main idea, that we shouldn't judge a book by its cover? What should we be basing our opinion on people by?
Their actions. Like Angel, he's super nice, but he's like big. But then there's some short people that are super and like annoying and mean. Shorter than me.
But I do want to hear from you, Colton. So you said an answer, but I don't think it was your real answer. What would you say is? Do you agree with Connor that that's kind of what we should base our opinion on people by, is by their actions more than what they look like?
Well, more than what they look like, yes. I'm not racist. At least I
Okay.
don't think I am.
So but you shook your head that we shouldn't base our opinion on how they act and what they do. What would you kind of choose who you're hanging out with or choose who you're friends with? What would you base that on if it's not by how they treat people and how they act?
How much money they have? Just kidding. Basically what Connor said, I guess. Zeke, bro.
Okay, then why did you say no?
He's just
Because I was
playing,
thinking. I thought there was like
Yeah.
another way, but now I think about it, just not really.
just joking around, Colton's just giving an answer, but he's not being real. He's just giving a funny answer, which is totally
Real.
fine. Yeah. Okay. So let's do favorite parts. Colton, why don't you go first? What was your favorite part of Zootopia, especially kind of watching it this last time?
I like the first 30. The most peak part is when she's on the train going to Zootopia. Most peak part, anybody can't say anything against that.
So the very beginning of the movie. Okay. What made it stand out?
I don't know. It was just peak. It's like vibes.
Okay. Oh, okay. What was she like listening to music, right?
Yeah, so peak. I wouldn't listen to that music though. The music's Bunions.
Okay. Zeke, why don't you go?
Oh, the part where he was making the popsicles, that was peak.
Oh,
That
that
was
was pretty
peak.
cool.
You got a point.
Yeah, that was so cool. I want to eat one of those popsicles.
I don't think it would fill you up because it was for little munchkin people.
Yeah, but if
Animals.
there was
Little
one
animals.
made for
Hamsters or
me,
chipmunks.
I think a couple things that stand out to me are like when she was giving the tickets, because they were like, you have a quota, you have to hit 100 tickets, and she said, I'm gonna get 200, and so she got 200 before lunch. So she was just kind of putting her mind to that and then going for it. I also think that as far as like epic moments was when the jaguar that they were trying to find the information from turned bad because of the night howlers. That was a really cool scene to see them trying to get away and the meanness of the animal, because up until that point we've really seen them all acting more more human like, right? They were more walking around like humans, talking like humans, all that stuff. And then that was when they kind of, the first time we saw one of them turn into an animal, like in their natural form that we're used to seeing them.
Well, what
So I
about the
thought that was
otter?
a really cool scene.
Otterton.
Mm-hmm.
We
I
saw
don't think
him
we
first.
did we see
Because
him turn?
they were talking about in the polar area before they went to the jungle. They were talking about that little freaking bum.
Oh yeah, in a flashlight. I mean,
And then
it
he
was in a
told him.
flashback. Yeah, you're right. But the interesting thing about that for me too is that an otter I wouldn't put in the predator category
Let me see.
because he was so small, but he was in that group. So go ahead, Connor.
I liked how the lion was Omni-Man.
Oh yeah, the voice.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's
What are you
predator and prey.
Oh, interesting.
Are you sure?
That's really cool that worked then. So I'm sure
Are
it's
you
got
sure?
That makes
what
sense
is
because it's both, so it'd be a good one to start with.
Mm-hmm. And I think it throws the audience a little bit, or at least for me, it kind of made me go, why is he in
An
that group?
otter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Are you sure?
All right, let's go ahead and rate it. Connor, why don't you go first? We're starting with Connor tonight.
I give it a 4.
Colton?
I give it 5.
Zeke?
I gave it a 4.
I gave it a 4.5. Really good movie. Really excited for the next one, where I think it's also going to be talking about something with social ramifications. And we could talk about that later, just in life. All right. Fun times. Cool. Well, let's jump to the second part of the episode where we're going to talk about our top 5 animated characters. And I'm going to keep track of these and we'll see if we have a list at the end. If it's all random and nobody has any duplicates, then we'll just kind of keep it as our separate list. All right. Let's start with Colton. What's your number 5?
Ratatouille.
Ratatouille. What a great choice.
Mm.
What stands out about Ratatouille?
It's so ironic. He's a freaking rat and he's a chef.
You mean
Mhm.
Remy the rat?
Yep. Connor, what do you remember about Ratatouille?
I remember the ride from Disney World.
Yeah. That was
so
super cool.
neat.
One of those parks.
Yeah, it was Epcot. Like you ride under the, like you're riding at the rats level. That was really cool.
Before
was
we
so
went on
neat.
the ride, we kept singing "We Don't Talk About Bruno" over and again.
We
Over
don't
and
talk.
again.
Yes, and the like
No.
the line was like so long, even though we got there like 4 o'clock in the morning.
And we couldn't have our phones, so we just had to sit
Yeah,
there.
that was actually
Yep.
that was not peak, but the ride was peak.
All right, Zeke, what about you? Ratatouille. What are your thoughts on Ratatouille?
I really like the dish ratatouille because like I've never had it before, but it's like tomatoes and eggplant and that sort of stuff.
Mhm.
I want to try it since I've never tried it
Okay.
before.
Eggplant.
Yeah.
Eggplant. That's you, Colton.
Eggplant.
All right. Let's go with
And
Zeke. What's your number 5, Zeke?
Richard Watterson.
And what is that
They're all
from?
gonna be.
That's
They're
so
all gonna
tough.
be, bro.
Gumball.
What is that from?
The Amazing
Oh,
World
okay.
of Gumball.
Gumball.
They're all gonna be from Gumball. Watch this.
Is he the dad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You
That
kids
is a
should
peak
spend
5
more
though.
time. You kids should spend more time outside than playing on the computer. Mom put you up
Mhm.
to this, didn't she? I know. She's like a dragon. I heard that.
That's funny. Anybody else like Gumball?
Me?
Yeah.
Hey.
And you guys watch the the new season like super quick too.
Yeah.
Were there any
Connor and
standout?
Binge watched it.
Mm-hmm.
Speed
Any
running. Her-
standout moments from the episode? Like, should people watch it?
It's way more like up to date. So like, there's some memes in there in the background.
This one kind of slays. This hairstyle
Mhm.
kind of slays.
Nice.
I can't do it.
Like I remember when there was a remember that one? That one trend.
Nice.
It was from the one where the kids got brainwashed by like ClickSap.
That's
It's
funny.
basically Elmore TikTok. And then it was like, wipe it.
Sounds a lot like real life, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does. And it's
So what makes the dad from a story about 2 kids stand out as being cool?
He's very relatable to like wanting to pig out and just like
So like that
Take up
one
the
scene where
entire
he was
space.
feeding all of them ice cream.
yeah, I loved that
Peak.
scene. Peak.
Nice. All right, Connor, you're up.
Absolute cinema.
I did Pets, and I think my favorite one is the pug.
Okay. Nice. The Pets movie. What stands out about the Pets movie?
It's a really good movie. The first
Mhm.
one. The second one's not. It's not that good.
Yeah.
Not as good as the first one.
Colton, you got any thoughts about the first Pets movie?
The wiener dog was peak. The pug was peak. The main character, I forgot his name. He's Peak.
And
the poodle is Peak. Those are all the Peak
And that-
characters.
Yeah.
The rest of them are bunions.
really,
Yes.
I liked the
I stand by
rabbit.
my
He was
word.
so cute. I liked the rabbit.
Yeah.
He was so cute. He's like a little chihuahua. They're so mad. They get so mad. They're just so cute.
Yeah. Kevin Hart did
Well-
the voice of the bunny. I thought that was great because he's so little in real life. Nice. So I got to pull the dad thing, and I'm going super old school with all of mine because it's all from like my childhood. I tried to think through some that were like more modern, but it just these are the ones that stand out to me, and partly because I figured you guys would cover a lot of the more modern animals, so I wanted to hit something that I definitely knew would not be on your list. First one is Chili Willy. Anybody?
what?
Anybody?
Huh?
Anybody know Chili Willy? No?
No.
I
What?
bet you'll know the character that the show he was on was Woody the Woodpecker. You've heard of that?
Yeah.
No? I
I've
figured
heard
you
of
would have
Woody the
heard of Woody.
Woodpecker.
You've heard of him? Yeah.
I've heard
so
of.
Woody the
I've
Woodpecker had
watched.
a show. Good.
I watched the movie Woody the Woodpecker. It was.
Oh,
fun.
yeah.
Especially when the bird pooped on everyone. That was hilarious.
Yeah. So Woody the Woodpecker had a show on in the mornings when I was growing up. And there was one character, and it was kind of like Looney Tunes, where it was like a bunch of little shows and little stories within the 30 minutes. Because he like bounces around like Bugs Bunny, and then you'll have a Roadrunner episode, and then you'll have this, you know what I'm saying? And so this one was like Woody Woodpecker was the main character, but then they had this other, and it was a penguin, and he was little, and that's why it was Chili Willy. And it was just, he was so cute, but he very rarely showed up. Like when I was a kid, like I always wanted to see Chili Willy, and he would very rarely show up. So the reason it's on my list, and it's at number 5 because he's not a big character, but it's because of that anticipation I always had as a kid of wanting to see this penguin show up on the screen. So that was a lot of fun. Cool. All right, let's go back to Colton. What's your number 4?
Let me check. Mufasa.
Ooh, good choice.
The circle of life. I can't sing anymore because it's copyrighted.
What stands out about Mufasa, Colton?
No, he's just tough. He has aura.
And is it like so Mufasa's the dad, and he's in it for a very short time, but he has that much aura that it just, yeah. I get it. So is it like the movie,
Oh,
or is it like
beautiful.
just the character itself that makes it awesome?
The character.
Nice. Connor, what's your thoughts on Mufasa?
I like the what are those prairie dogs? In real life, they're super big. Like we saw one, and they're huge.
Yeah.
Hyenas?
I thought they'd be tiny. They're like, there was a whole man, and he was like up to his neck. It was crazy.
But yeah, the hyenas. Yeah, that's
They
crazy.
were just sitting down and with their heads up, or one of them. They had one.
Yeah. We saw that in Branson, right? The
No,
hyenas?
we were with Dad.
Oh, okay. Cool. All right, Zeke, how about you? What about like Mufasa? What stands out to you about Mufasa?
What Colton said. I want to say something about that. I call it ore farming. Rouse with Greg.
Oh,
Rouse with Greg. Rouse with Greg.
Okay.
a bit
It's
late.
so
A bit late.
buns.
Yeah.
It's so funny though.
Better late than never.
Something about
That's a good
Mufasa. It's just that his death was so tragic. It was like, no, father. Here's my impression of the death. Long live the king. No.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Very
What
nice.
is that face, Colton? What was that? He was
All
This is
right.
my impression on Tung 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 Sora. Sorry.
All right, Zeke, you're up. What's your number 4?
Mr. Chimps from The Simpsons.
Oh, I forgot
Oh,
about
the
this.
monkey.
Wait.
Yeah, the monkey Krusty owns.
The monkey
Nice.
that
He's just
That's
like
gonna
smokes.
peak. That's gonna peak.
He's so abused. It's so crazy, like how much he abuses Mr. Chimps.
Yeah.
But he lets him smoke, so.
Brad.
Yeah. As long as we all know that smoking is not cool.
No,
Mhm.
absolutely not.
Yeah. So let's. I don't know if we do. Does anybody else have any other Simpsons animals on their list?
No, but I remembered the pig.
Santa's
Oh, okay.
little helper.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
Santa's
that
Little Helper.
The cat, like, no one ever talks.
Snowball. Why did Snowball have to die?
Who's Snowball?
Snowball was the Simpsons' first cat till they replaced it with Snowball 2.
What happened to Snowball too?
There were a bunch of series. There was this one episode where there was like Snowball 2 died, and then Snowball 3, and then Snowball 4, and then Snowball 5, and then they just changed, and then they found one identical to Snowball 2, and then nothing happened to it. So then it's like, so now it's like, let's just pretend none of this happened.
Bart got an elephant and lost it, or gave it to a habitat or something,
Yeah,
How do you lose an elephant?
because he
They're
couldn't
big
take care of it.
creatures.
No, like how
Well,
do you
like,
like
didn't-
like can't find it? Or
Yeah,
like
I don't
lose
think
it,
he
like taking
couldn't
it
find
off
it.
your
It was
hands.
it was taken away. So yeah, cool. All right, Connor, you're up. What's your number 4?
I chose Ratatouille, but we already talked about that.
Oh, nice, Remy. Very good. Cool. Well, let's jump to Colt. Oh no, my number 4. My number 4 is another one that was a rarity on Saturday morning cartoons. You guys might know this one because you watch Looney Tunes with your grandpa, right? So this is
Whoa.
this is
This might be peak. This might be peak.
ready?
Yeah.
Marvin the Martian.
Wait.
Oh, yeah.
Oh wait,
Yes!
that guy's
I
so
am Marvin
peak.
the Martian.
Yeah.
I'm going to turn you into a cheese
He
brick.
wasn't on that much.
Exactly. That's
He's
why
so
he's on my
peak.
list. It's like that anticipation of wanting to see him. It's like the rarity of the character makes it that much more peak.
He was
had to
on
say it.
Space Jam.
Yeah.
Eh,
Yeah, that was cool.
what's up, Dak?
So what do you guys know about Looney Tunes?
Oh, Looney Tunes is absolutely peak.
We watched
Ugh.
Boomerang, so it had
I
a bunch
am-
of stuff.
It would
I
either
am
have
Marvin
Looney
the-
Tunes or it would have like
Tom and Jerry.
Scooby-Doo or Tom and Jerry. It would have all the
Mhm.
peak.
We
Okay.
liked Tom and Jerry the most.
Mom would get
Yeah.
us donuts on Fridays. We would drive to grandma's. We would watch shows until the bus came because it came right to our door, which I wish it did here. And then we went to school, came back, ate our 2 Oreos, and then watched TV until Mom came. Peak.
Back when
Nice.
Colton liked donuts.
I like the donut holes.
That's true. Which is so funny because it's the same,
Like that's like fries and then a big cluster of fry. I'm just not.
or it's kind of like a cupcake versus a cake.
Yeah. See?
Not this
It's
again.
the same. It's the same exact materials in a smaller package.
I like
That's
bite-shaped
real.
stuff.
That's true. Yeah. What's up, Zeke?
So I remember when we watched Boomerang, and it was like we could only watch one episode of Tom and Jerry. I
And then
Why
you
is
have
that?
to wait like 2 hours.
I have no idea.
We'll be
why.
back with more Tom and Jerry, and then they didn't even play it.
I am Marvin the Martian, and I will take over your planet.
I was kind of disappointed every time Looney Tunes came on because I didn't really like Looney Tunes. I liked Tom and Jerry.
I
What's
think
up, Dak?
were they not in the same world? They had their
No.
own. Okay.
Looney Tunes and who?
Yep.
Tom and Jerry.
Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, they are not.
Yeah, I think
in
you're
the
right.
same universe.
I like the
The only-
Scooby-Doo and I like Tom and Jerry. Those were 2 peak shows.
The only
Nice.
annoying thing
Like
about
Scoob.
Cartoon Network and Boomerang was
Here's
the ads.
Yes.
They were the same exact thing over and over again. Sometimes they would play the same ad 2 times in a row.
And it's like freaking stupid ads. It's obviously pointed towards us, but like nobody wants to buy a Boomerang that like doesn't even come back.
But some of them were like toy ads, and they were actually good. The only good one were toy ads,
Like
but
the
the other
Nerf
ones would be like
guns?
medicine ads or like
Mhm.
something.
Well, yeah, because
weird.
it's grandparents and it's kids. That's what's watching those
Yeah.
shows. That's crazy. All right, Colton, you're up. Number 3.
I remember an
Stitch.
ad. Oh, wait.
Oh, Stitch.
Missed it.
Yeah.
I only put him at 3. I would have put him at 1, but he's not really. It's like borderline animated. Or not borderline. He's borderline animal.
Oh, good call. Yeah, that makes sense. That's good.
Remember
Yeah,
when he
what's
said
your
a curse
favorite?
word?
No.
Yeah.
When?
So I
It was
remember
in
in
his
the
own
live
language.
Oh,
in the
okay.
live action movie, he said "Tapata hitapa," and then everyone's
Mm,
like, "He knows how to
gotcha.
curse. He's bad. Send him to the netherworld. I mean Earth."
Yeah. Did you guys ever see the live action one, Connor and Colton?
I
No.
wanted to see the new one that came out.
You
Yeah,
mean the
that's the
live
live
action
action
one?
one.
Oh, I wanted to
Do
see
you
that
not
one.
know what live action
Yeah.
means?
Buddy.
Boy, I'll come over there and give you a knuckle stamp.
Please, and could you bring some cheese too?
No tomatoes, because I don't like tomatoes.
Can I get a side of popcorn?
It would make it crisp.
Yeah. Yeah. Connor, anything about Stitch?
I didn't really watch it much. I didn't really like it.
A little shout out to Jacob that he got that Stitch animal at Disney World, and it was like an amazing stuffed animal.
Can I go grab Stitch real quick?
Only if you can grab him from where you're sitting.
Okay. Come on, extend the arm. Got him.
Nice.
Get the
Wait, but wouldn't
baby.
it go through Connor's screen?
The baby.
No, it's his arm is going through the bathroom and through the wall in his bedroom.
Through the ventilation area. I got
Yeah.
the baby.
Yeah. See, like I said, one of the best stuffed animals I've ever seen in my life. He's amazing. Very cool. All right, Zeke, let's move on to your number 3. What's your number 3?
My number 3 is Jax from the Amazing Digital Circus. Y'all TADC fans know where I'm coming from. Y'all know where
Yeah.
I'm coming from.
And what kind of animal is Jax?
He is a purple bunny about like 6'2" or something. He's like insanely tall.
Oh, wow. That sounds an awful lot like an animal we're going to talk about next week on the podcast.
Yeah.
Purple guy.
I
Purple
thought we
guy.
talked about that
Purple
last
guy.
week. What's
But it's not airing till next week.
wait,
Do you
but
think
so this one's airing this week?
Yep.
Oh,
Crazy. I know. Yep. Nice. So Connor and Colton, have you guys watched Amazing Digital Circus?
no, it's buns.
Yes, you did. Remember this
I've never
summer?
watched.
This summer we watched episode
Well,
4.
Zeke, I went to sleep.
right. You watched it because you wanted to watch it during showtime. Yeah. That makes sense. But that's not something you guys have watched.
Oh yeah, I was forced to watch.
They went to
It's-
McDonald's
it
and they were
wasn't
like
that-
forced to do it for some reason.
It wasn't that bad. I just feel like I wouldn't watch it if I had the choice.
Yeah, there's
just not
dark.
your jam.
There's dark humor, so.
And
I
then
like
like
dark
why was
humor.
that person going insane for working at McDonald's? It doesn't make sense.
I saw a
Because
really
if
dark
you-
joke on Instagram, but I don't know if I'm allowed to say it.
listen, you have to look at the lore. You have to look at the big picture. They were stressed because they were like, I have power. I can get anything to do that. I can get anyone to do anything that I want. And then they're not doing it. So then she's just like, and plus the pressure of being a shift manager, like managing all the people, making sure they're on task. Jax was such a rage baiter in that one. He was like rage baiting gang. He was like, I like it when you're sad. He was rage
So
baiting
what's
gang
really
so
funny to
bad.
me is that doesn't sound like a show that's made for like kids
Exactly.
because
Kids.
it's more like adult and humor, not in like language and stuff like that, but it's more like about real life humor, not childlike humor. So interesting. All right, Connor, you're up. What's your number 3?
Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Oh, that's
Nice.
not animated.
100%. It was an animated before it was live action, and
Oh.
even then it's CG. So that's a good choice. What makes them stand out to you? What do you like so much about them?
It's a good movie. All of them.
Yeah. I think my my favorite's Road Chip. I think that's just a great play on words. I think it was like the third one, where they just drove around the country.
I remember one very vividly. It was like the producer guy, he was the bad guy, and he bought them or something. And then they got a huge house full of toys, and that's what I liked, I guess. That's why I remember it. And then one of the chipmunks was on the RC car driving around the house.
Hold
Nice.
on, I remember when they had some caramel macchiato. Core Kenshin fans. They had like a caramel macchiato or something, and then
Nice.
they went insane. They went crazy.
Yeah, because of all the caffeine. So funny thing is that this is a back in the like 50s or 60s, it was an animated show. And you know how Charlie Brown has that famous Christmas song that starts the episode? The Chipmunks also have another famous Christmas song called Christmas Don't Be Late. And that's another one that I've performed before, because it's just a classic Christmas song. But those talk about animation being dated, like it's way back there, and it's pretty crazy compared to, of course, the way the CG made them look now. So cool. Anybody else have any thoughts about Alvin and the Chipmunks? Nice.
It's
All right.
really good. I like the part where he yells, Alvin!
Yep. Classic. All right. My number 3 is already been mentioned in passing, but that is Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo is my number 3. Growing up, of course, that was one of those classic cartoons that was just on and was epic, and I loved the mystery of it. I loved that there was a little bit of scares to it, and that they always figured out that it was a person, not something that they needed to be scared of, but someone that was trying to scare them. So there's a little mystery to it, which I like in my shows and movies to this day. Anybody else have any thoughts on Scooby-Doo?
Scooby-Doo so peak. That's all I gotta say.
Yep.
Scooby-Doo, I love the part where Shaggy yells, Zoink, Scoob! And the funny part about this is because, what I said earlier, it was like, Alvin! That there's no specific point at which he says that. He says that almost all the time. And so does Shaggy, which I think that is funny. If you and
Well, the other thing I just thought of too is I need to see. I might have it. There's an Alvin and the Chipmunks Christmas record. So we should listen to it this year. That'd be funny. But the other thing I was going to mention is that Zeke and I watched Scooby-Doo, the live action movie during the October movies, and that was pretty fun. Can't remember where you guys were at. You guys were busy doing something else, and so we watched Scooby-Doo. But yeah, it's kind of fun. But it's got some of the same type of humor and stuff. So that was my number 3. All right, we're back to Colton. What's your number 2?
Probably surprised it's not in 1, but Snoopy.
Nice. That is my number 1, so we can talk about it now. That's cool. What makes Snoopy stand out?
I don't know. He's just so cute and he's so peak. He's an orphan. He knows how to fly a plane, which is awesome. Oh, that's the reason I didn't put him at 1, because I hated his part during the movie. I didn't like the plane fight thing. I don't know.
Okay.
But the rest of him, he's so peak.
That's like his main thing.
Yeah, I don't like that though. It's just my opinion.
Yeah. What about you, Connor? You like Snoopy?
Yeah, I feel like I like him more about the ornaments, because you have a lot of those.
Yeah.
Wait, Connor,
Snoopy
did
was
you have him on your list? Did you have him on your list?
No.
Yeah, my dad would collect the Snoopy ornaments, and then when I got older, I started collecting them as well. So Uncle Robert was a big Snoopy fan also. I think they collect the ornaments. So it's a famous thing, you know. Cool. All right,
I do indeed know.
let's go ahead and jump to Zeke. What's your number 2?
Gumball.
Gumball.
That's my number 1.
Another
All
blue
right.
and fuzzy character.
Yes.
The Boo
So
and Diddy
we'll
character.
let Connor go first since it's his number 1. Connor, what stands out to you about Gumball?
I really like the show, and I first watched it on Cartoon, because I went from Boomerang to Cartoon Network after I started covering shows and stuff.
Yeah.
And when we had YouTube Kids, we could only watch certain or barely any shows. So I'd watch Gumball over and over again. And yeah, that was good.
Peak.
Nice. Colton, so you've watched Gumball as well?
Yeah, I liked Gumball a lot, but I don't really like it as much as I used to anymore.
Okay. I think that's another show where a lot of the humor is written by adults for parents to laugh at while the kids are getting one layer of the humor. The parents can get another layer. Good.
Yeah. I didn't understand a lot of the jokes, but now I do. Like, I
Yeah.
just liked all the colors, I guess, or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
All the
because it's
colors.
silly. It's silly and it's spastic, so that's what kind of attracts children to it on one layer. But then a lot of the jokes, a lot of the script is more kind of up to like teenager or young adult like level of like comprehension. So and then some of the stuff is just quirky. Like I think I've said it before on the podcast, but my favorite moment ever of Gumball is the dill pickle guy. Like that just cracks me up every single time I just think about it. I'm just like, deal with it, lady. I mean, it's just so great. So great. Zeke, what about you? I know you had Gumball character on your list. Do you have Gumball on your list?
I have Gumball on my list. Yeah,
What number?
2.
Well, you just said it number 2. Yeah. Obviously. All right. So now your turn. What do you find fascinating about Gumball?
Just how like I thought he was just like a moody kid, but then I realized he was in junior high, and now I realized why he's like that. Because most people in junior high are just like they have that one friend who like really gets them and is like the innocent one. I feel like I'm more like Darwin, and Colton is more of Gumball.
See that maybe. All right. Cool. All right,
I
Connor.
think that makes Gumball number 1.
Yeah, definitely on our joined combined list. Yeah. Connor, what about you? What's your number 2?
I put Turbo, like the snail.
Oh, nice. What a good
He was
call.
animated?
He's a snail. That's animated, yes.
No, I'm pretty sure that was real.
All right, that's a good one, Turbo. Anybody got thoughts about Turbo? I loved it.
Yeah.
Turbo the snail.
My favorite part is when he went in the engine because you can see all the pistons and stuff and how it works. I didn't understand at the time, but I think I watched it again a little bit later. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah. Did you like the movie, Zeke? Turbo?
I did like it. It was really funny too.
Yeah. Yeah, it had Snoop Dogg in it as one of the characters, one of the voices. Well, who did the voice of Turbo?
Please say it's Jack Black.
Nope. The voice of Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds. There you go. What do you need, Colton?
I think I got nothing critical to any of y'all, but I think the ending of Turbo was stupid because how does a turd or a snail beat an F1 driver? Because the F1 driver, he like spun out of control and then he hit Turbo and made Turbo win the race. Like, what is he doing?
He crashed out over a snail.
Bro.
Yep, it's epic.
My goodness.
I think we're at my number 2. My number 2 is Tigger from Winnie the Pooh.
Tigger the bouncing tiger.
Tigger.
Yes.
Tigger.
He was always my favorite character for Winnie the Pooh, and he was always so spastic, and just loved it from the movies and the little animated shorts and stuff. But yeah, and they did a Tigger movie that was really great. So that was fun. Anybody else have any thoughts about Tigger or any of the Winnie the Pooh characters?
The name Tigger always just messed me up. Because, like, why can't it just be Tiger?
Because
It's
he's a little
Tigger.
kid.
Tigger the bouncing Tigger.
It's kind of like you
why
call a
Tigger?
puppy,
Tigger,
like when you
Tigger.
call a puppy Pupsy,
Right?
or when you call
Pupsy.
Valentine's Day,
Pepsi.
Valentine's Day,
Pepsi.
What?
or when you call, it's just kid words.
Tigger.
These
Tigger the
kids.
bouncing Tigger.
Yeah, like you call grandparents different names.
Yeah.
Like grandma,
Pops or
grandma,
Poppy,
Tammy.
or Pop.
Pop,
Oh,
pop.
nice. Great callback to The Visit. All
I could
right.
have done it.
Like
all right.
Wubble
Anybody
Bubble?
else have any thoughts about Winnie the Pooh?
Mm-mm.
No. Winnie the Pooh's great, by the way. All right. Let's go to Colton. You're number 1. Let's hear it.
I stand alone with this claim. Judy Hopps.
Oh, the episode's titular character, Judy Hopps from Zootopia. What makes her your favorite animated character of all time?
I like Zootopia. She was the main character, and she's an oil farmer. I have nothing else to say. Did you see the pen scene?
Pen scene?
She played that fox. $10 an hour. It's a hustle, sweetie. And then she got on record. That's Aura.
But
Yeah,
remember
she's
the
smart.
pen scene at the end? Like
where they got the bad guy again together.
The fox did
Yeah.
it to her under
Oh,
the
yeah.
Yes,
bridge.
that's Aura.
That's
Yeah,
not
great.
Aura. She was
No,
literally
and-
crying.
And remember the scene where she was at the very bottom and she was holding the pen thing and she was about to get eaten by the fox. She got it all on record. Do you know what?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
But that wasn't your favorite part. Your favorite part was just her riding on the bus.
I know.
Okay, cool.
Because the character herself was Aura.
Yes. No, that's a good choice. All right, Zeke, what about you?
Number 1. Okay, hear me out. Mordecai and Rigby,
What is this from?
the regular show.
Okay,
Remember when I watched that at Grandma's or Grammy's?
I don't.
And then you were like
We probably shouldn't watch
questionable.
this.
Questionable
Oh yes,
about the show.
those are so peak. Those are so peak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that
They
like
said-
blue bird thing, and then the
Mhm.
like raccoon.
Yeah, it's the raccoon. Shut up! Or wait, no, that's not what he says. He says, "Stop talking."
Yeah.
It's like this guy's trying to tell him to do the job, and then later in the episode it's like we're trying to get this guy to eat a sandwich or the world's gonna explode or something. It's like it goes
What?
from 0 to 100 super fast.
Yeah. For
Okay.
sure.
You
Why
better
didn't
do
he
this
just eat
job
the
or
sandwich?
you're fired.
Did he not like sandwiches?
No, it's just an example.
He had to hold on. I remember he ate a 12-ounce or 12-pound omelet just for a hat that says excellent. It's so
All right, I think we
hilarious.
can do our top 5, our combined top 5. Just 5 though, because it's not gonna. We don't have with all the singles. We can't fill out the whole list, but we can do the top 5. So we've got Snoopy with 2, we've got Gumball with 2, and they're both at number 1. So we have to do a vote, or we have to do random.
Gumball.
I think Snoopy.
Yeah,
don't
because
know.
Gumball's
It's
Connor's
2
and
Gumball
Snoopy's
lovers
mine.
versus 2 Snoopy lovers.
Right. So
Gumball.
if
Let's
we
put it on
can't-
a wheel.
Gumball.
I'll do a spinning wheel.
No, it's Gumball. It's got to be Gumball. No matter.
No, they
Alright.
can't be
Or
Gumball
Stigma.
because
Hey, wait! You have to turn the
They
camera.
got
to
a
prove it.
new.
I
they
can't
got
do that. You
a
guys
new
can.
season,
Alright.
bro.
Snoopy,
After 7 years.
and then
I've got a
Gumball.
coin. Let's just do that. I've got a coin. Here we go.
You're gonna cheat. I
Heads.
bet you're gonna cheat.
we call
Tails.
heads. We call heads.
We call
All right.
tails then.
Snoopy is heads, and it is tails. So Gumball.
Yeah.
Yes!
Oh my
No!
god!
All right. So Gumball is 1. Snoopy is 2. All right. We also have Remy's on 2 lists, and I think that's the
What's
last one
happening?
that's on 2 lists. So Remy is number 3 from Ratatouille. All right. The next one is we've got 2 number 1s that are not on the list yet, and those are going to be our 4 and 5. So we've got Mordecai and Rigsby versus Judy Hopps.
Judy Hopps, bro. Judy Hopps.
I
Okay,
think
this
Connor gets to choose.
Judy
I think
Hopps,
Mordecai and
bro.
Rigby.
What?
Judy
They're
Hopps,
2
like,
people,
that's
so they can.
random.
You don't know how much aura she has, bro.
Pound.
But it's all good because you still got
Connor.
your number 1
Pound
on
me,
the
bro.
list.
Oh,
All right,
Okay,
here we go.
I'm-
You ready? Ready?
I'm
Here's
gonna
our
go
top 5.
Pound Town.
Number 5, Judy Hopps. Number 4, Mordecai and Risby.
Frisbee.
Yay!
Riz.
Number 3, Remy the Rat. Number 2, Snoopy. And our number 1 animated character of all time, Gumball. There you go. Deal with it, lady.
Can I just share a meme with you? Can I just share a meme? So I remember it was
Really?
like, so Joker was like, Batman, if you were here, I would pound you to a pulp. And then Batman said, start pounding, Joker. And then Joker had this hilarious scream. I was like, ah.
Nice.
So
All right. That's the episode, folks. Be sure to check us out on Instagram, YouTube, all that stuff, and we'll catch you next week.
That's all,
Bye.
folks.
Thanks so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed this week's episode. Again, you can check out all of our links at bio.site/movies that make you. Feel free to drop us a line. We'd love to hear from you. So until next time, keep watching movies.